Welcome back to DBN This Morning, and we hope you're part of the process on Facebook and Twitter, of course. Facebook.com/DBN Television, and on Twitter is at DBN Television using the hashtag DBN This Morning. That is the way to participate. We're looking at currency here and the fluctuation, of course. So let's look at government initiative. The federal government have come out to say we want to have our money domiciled in one account with the CBN. So MDAs mention it, other parastatals starts gearing towards that. You have 2 weeks mandate, but you have an outcry from the commercial banks. What is happening exactly?
Well, I'll say it's a good move, because in the past you've had a lot of confusions, and then the reconciliation issue comes in. So much confusions, the government MDAs are not even able to reconcile the accounts properly. So we've had so many issues, and it's the right time now to bring everything, so whatever is accruing, to the government, should come into one account. So it makes it easier, to reconcile. And then the auditors, the Office of the Auditor General, needs to be alive, to its responsibilities, to at the end of the day, be able to audit, what is accruing to the government and what has been remitted. So you capture it more easily, when it's on one account. Empiricals, have proven that having separate accounts, has led to so much confusion. We don't know. Sometimes you hear that money accruing to the government has not been remitted. How do you now start to trace these different accounts? And again, you see what is going on here. The banks have had a long vacation.
So
all
that is
along.
over now.
It's in terms of their services, right?
In terms of services, what this will do, is to make the banks sit up. Because they've had it easy up till now.
So their outcry right now is not important.
It's just not important. The banks should, in any economy, the banks should be there, or the banks are there to encourage investment.
Not waiting for money to be
Not
given to
waiting
them
for
to
money. It's just what our banks do now, or what they've been doing since, is just, okay, you bring in money, they keep for you.
So they are like a channel where the MDAs and the rest pass through to pay salaries. And
so would you say that this merging of the account is has been the missing line that the government would have been able to fix over this inflation and non-inflation fluctuation of dollar and all what have you?
It's inflation. That's a fluctuation is a different angle, from this. What is happening here is that you see the banks. They've been getting very easy money, but now it's a different thing, from that's foreign exchange. Let's now look at what are the drivers of foreign exchange, apart from the market forces, the forces of demand and supply. We need to also look at what influences supply and demand. You talk about interest rates, so a pronouncement on interest rates. When you increase interest rates relative to other countries, you will see capital flight, either in or out. So you have borrowers. When we say you increase the interest rate, that means cost of borrowing has increased.
Yeah.
So some people might want to bring their money into your economy, and then that will in turn reduce your interest rate. So they work together. Sorry, that will in turn reduce the exchange rate. So these are factors that work.
Because there is inflow of money into the
when
country.
there is inflow of money, then you find out that the value of your currency will now be
improved upon. Well, we're just looking at how it's going to affect the economy generally. Now, if you have this money pulled out of the commercial banks, how are we going to survive it this particular period? They're complaining about deposits and the rest.
You know, innovation. I always say innovation. You know, when you are faced with a situation, then you become innovative, you become creative. You know, you need to be alive. You know, if you don't adjust to modern trends, you will be out of out of business. So you will see the banks. You look at the telecom sector, for instance, and I'll give an example. You see the telecom sector, you know, were for a long time having vacation. You know, you see what is happening now in the telecom globally. You see WhatsApp, you can make WhatsApp calls.
And they are crying out. The telcos are crying.
They're crying out. You know, so those fat salary, over bloated staff. You know, you have executives of telecom companies not working. They were feasting on the consumer. Then external forces, because you cannot stop technology.
Technology, of course.
You know, external forces, you can be on your Skype and make a call, long distance call for free. You don't even need to roam or whatever. You know, so if you don't adjust, all external forces will come in and force you to adjust. It's the same thing that the same thing will happen to the banking sector. Those who cannot, you know, I will tell you one thing. I got to meet some banking people. They came, representatives, you know, they were trying to convince me to open an account with them. I won't mention the name. You know, so I asked a few questions, you know, concerning the financial instruments, you know, what they do. You know, a lot of these guys, you know, that you send out, they represent the bank. You know, so they should be able to answer certain questions. You know, I asked about certain financial instruments and none of them had a clue. You know, these are the things that will get to change. You know, other investment portfolios, you know, the bank needs to look at them.
So in other words, what you're saying generally is that the products and services that the banks are supposed to be churning out is more than what we have right now. They are not giving us enough.
Yes, it's more than what we have, but the banks are contented. You know, we're just sitting down collecting deposits.
Well,
you know, they collect deposits from you. Can you imagine? You know, you have a domiciliary account in Nigeria, so the bank waits for you. Go and change from the black market
and
pay into that account, and then they charge you so much interest and transaction cost.
Yeah, so that has to change.
Well, that has to change.
Well, Mr. Abuchi, we wish we have more time to dwell on this because these are front burner issues in the society, of course. Well, it's been awesome having you once again, giving insight on issues that bother us on the society, of course. We hope to do more of this. Well, it's DBN this morning, and up next now is time for you to relax again and have Muda Shirishi to take you through sports updates on DBN this morning. Do stay with us.